What is Kriol? It sounds like this.
Desan im ABC News karam Kriol. Ia im sambalo story blanga this week. My name is Tyrone Holmes. That first one story.
That's a Northern Territory news bulletin, spoken in Kriol. It's not broken English or slang, and Kriol has been formally recognised as a language since the 1970s. For Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers, I would like to advise the following video may contain footage of people who have passed away. Take this for example. Linguists and Aboriginal people in Arnhem Land working together on interpreter services, an ABC story filmed in 1982. This is Eric Roberts. He's talking about how Kriol has been spoken for generations in his family.
They decided themselves that they wanted a lingua franca, such as Kriol. A lot of people call it Pidgin English, but it was a language that they communicated with one another. And we ourselves now, my age level, we regard it as our mother tongue.
These people have come here to study from as far away as Fitzroy Crossing in Western Australia. And they, along with many others, are only too well aware of the tremendous need for translations and interpreters for the multitude of tribal languages that are still in daily use.
Because there's lots of old people that don't understand. They come from the desert and they never went to school, and sometimes we help them. And so we explain it to the blokes that so they can get their money and all this, sometime at the hospital when they are needed, or at the police station they don't know nothing about. And sometimes they can't speak proper English, just in language, and the police and the doctors don't understand what they're saying.
There are still many Aboriginal languages spoken across the country. For example, Aboriginal English, and not a lot of people know about this language. And it's a lot more common than you might think. In fact, 80% of the Aboriginal population speak this language. Western Australia's Premier, Mark McGowan, recently appeared in a video alongside a Kriol interpreter, where he spoke about the coronavirus vaccine targeting remote Aboriginal communities.
You can pass away from this corona, or you can get really sick one.
Some of the comments this video received highlighted the misconceptions about Kriol and Aboriginal English amongst wider Australia. Comments like, WA Premier deploys Indigenous aid to translate English into English. I didn't know I spoke Aboriginal English. This is really funny. To what language is she translating? The purpose of this video was to spread important information about the coronavirus to remote Aboriginal communities. The same way the Kriol news bulletins are read out, to share current and local news that mob can understand too. It's important to acknowledge that there are still hundreds of Aboriginal languages spoken across Australia, each with their own sound systems and distinct structural differences.
You see these social security forms, they're with the people over there, they're a bit confused on how to write it down.
Yeah, and what the questions meant.
Yeah,
and
what
that
the
sort of
question
stuff.
meant. And I had to interpret the form for them.
Yeah.
You know, just like showing them what it was and what it meant.